Hello guys, and welcome to part 6 of create your own web application using Node.js. Today we have some interesting features in store for you guys, so open up your solution and run the server. So basically, what are we gonna do today? So I'm gonna go head up on the application here, and as I said last time, I'm gonna log in real quick. So last time we had created an overview of posts here. We have all our posts. We created some posting descriptions and so on and so on. So we were able to create a new post, reroute to this page, load in a list of all the posts we have in our database, and we were ready to get going. Today we're going to implement the features read and edit. So as I already mentioned in the last episode, we add two buttons here, read and edit, basically to read the post as an article and one to edit the post. Editing just means that we're going to update some things like a title or a description, and then we're going to bring it back to the list. So let's get started, and I'm going to explain also some concepts here, which is called async await. I'm going to explain this a little bit further when we're going. I'll just show both options you have right now, and you can choose which option you prefer, obviously. So I opened my solution here. I'm just going to fold everything closed here so you can start like this as well. The first thing I would like to do is I would like to add a read option. So basically when we click the page read, I want to see a detail page of the post. So let's get going. I'm opening the solution here, and then we're going to routes, and there you have your post route. This was what we did last time. We have an add get route and we have an add post route. Remember, the post was to add a new one. The get was to retrieve the page, basically to render the add page. So on top of this, we're gonna add some new posts here, some new routes here. The first route we're gonna need is the post ID route. So basically the detail page. So I'm gonna do router.get /double point post ID. I'm gonna say function rec res. We're gonna shoot in the brackets here and a point comma. So this is what we're gonna have as a route. What does this basically mean? Basically this means, this double point, that we want to give in a variable parameter. It's going to become clear if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's going to become clear what I mean with a variable parameter or a route parameter. So I'm going to add some text here, and I'm going to say double point means a route parameter. It could be anything, and it's often an ID, right? Okay. So it could be anything, and often it's actually an ID. So how are we going to do this? This is a post ID. We're going to pass on to our parameter. For instance, I will give you an example. Let's say we go to localhost 3000 /posts /12345. This one is going to fetch the post with ID 12345. Okay? But you guys have been doing really complicated stuff with me already, like more advanced, so I guess you guys will easily grasp the concept. So basically what I need to do is I get this variable parameter, for instance 12345, and I need to say, okay, give me this post, and I'm gonna render a detail page with the information of this post. That's how simple it is. So let's do this. So I'm gonna say post.find by ID. Then I'm saying request basically .parameters.post ID, and this needs to be exactly the same as here, as you can see. Then I'm gonna say, all right, execute this, and I'm gonna write a callback function here with, if there's an error, show me the error, and then the post that it found, basically. Okay, here we go. And then I wanna render this page. So basically I wanna be like, okay, now that I found the post, I would like to render my view, right? So I'm gonna call this res.render. This is obviously gonna be in the post folder, and then I just say go to the detail post view, and I would like to give in some parameter here. I would like to give in some information to this view, and this is going to be called a post information. So I'm gonna give post as an object to the view. And that's it. That's all we need to do. But of course, detail post, if we check our views here in post, we don't have this yet. So we're gonna have to add one. So I'm gonna say new file, and I'm gonna call it detail post.ajs. Here we go. And then we can take basically our partials, our include partials from the previous part. We just enter it in here. And then same with the footer, we just enter it in here. Here we go. And then, like I said, I usually don't like to bother you guys too much with all the HTML because, you know, this is not the purpose of this series. So basically, I will just attach the files in the description, just copy paste it from there. I'm quickly gonna type it. I'm quickly gonna type like the outline a bit because I just want to be sure that it's correct. So I'm gonna do like div.row. So we have two rows basically. The first row will have a title of the post, so we're gonna say col md6 here, and then we just add in an h1 with a post title, post.title. Here we go, and then we do the same with the column md12 here. So basically we want to take the full width, and then we just will create a little panel. And I would like this to be the panel default, right? And then we're gonna be like, okay, panel default, give me a class. I'm so sorry, you know, to bother you guys with this HTML because it's not the purpose, but you know, you get the purpose, right? So we have a title. This will display our title, and this will display our content, basically. So basically, I think, if we're correct, we created a route with the post ID parameter. We look for this post, we create the view, so everything is fine. Let's go check out if it's working. So how can I check this out? Right, I'm clicking read, but we didn't wire wrap the link yet. So the first thing we should do is wire wrap the link. So let's go ahead and wire wrap the link. So the first thing we gotta do is we gotta go to our posts view here. And as you guys might remember, we loop through the posts with a for each loop. So we go through one post, the other posts, just like this. So basically we have a link here, read, as you can see. So then what we're gonna do is we can just use AJS in the hrefs attribute, and there we can just post the link. So basically what I will do is I will say posts slash, let's take a look at the link again. Okay, slash, and then we just say our ID of the post. So basically post underscore ID. Here we go. And that's it. So basically posts slash post underscore ID. So let's take a look now in our application, how it's going. So we're just gonna take a look here. We're here in the application. I'm gonna have to sign in again because we probably refreshed some important things here. And then I look and look. As you can see here below, like you see the link showing up in my browser. So in the lower left corner, you can see slash posts slash and then the ID of the post that I want to visit. So hopefully it's gonna work. So let's give it a test. Here we go. So basically we have welcome to my post and then the description of the post. If we go back, we try another one, welcome to my post too, and again the description of the post. So that's how easy it is. And as you can see, we just link the ID as a route parameter, and we always know which route to choose, right? There are some things we can still do with this. For instance, if I would give a route that doesn't exist right now, it's gonna fail. We can catch this. For now, I'm not gonna do this because I wanna keep this for the next episode in combination with securing the route, making sure that that only admins can edit, and also making sure that only the user who created this post can edit the post, right? It shouldn't be that everybody can edit their post, other people's posts, right? So this is probably going to be for part 7, but okay, so basically when we click read, we have our read information, and we can see this everywhere, right? Just like here, the same here, It works perfectly, and I think we can be happy about this. The next thing we gotta make work is the edit button. So basically, edit can work in a very similar fashion. So we can give, for this edit page, we can also work with a link similar to this one, but then maybe just with an edit, we could say like edit, and then we can just add the same parameter. And then we can just change the page so it is easily editable. Let's give this a try, all right? So we go back to our application, and then here we want to create a new route. So we always start with creating new routes. So in our case, this new route will be a /edit route. Just take this stuff here and then just paste it here. And then you can just put in front of it edit / here we go. So basically when we do /edit now, we're gonna go to the detail post, right? So hopefully we can check it here. So let's give this a quick shot here. So if I do /edit, I'm gonna have to log in again. Okay, so we go here, my posts, read, and then I add in here /edit. Okay, it works. So now what we want to do is we want to create a new view which allows us to edit a post, and then we're gonna show a form there which will be editable, right? So let's say edit post.ajs. Okay, and then we can just say, wait a minute, we already have a form we can use. Like we could just use the add post. So we have this add post view here. We can just copy this stuff here. Let's just do this and paste it in here. So we go to edit post, we paste it in here, we call it edit post. And then, as you guys remember, we send in this post information to our view. So we can just say, just a minute. Okay. So we can just say edit post, but then we shouldn't forget to change our view here. So we can say edit post here. Here we go. So now that we changed the view to this, we gotta change some things because it cannot be exactly the same, of course. So the first thing we can do is we can say, all right, we're gonna add a post.title. So we use some AJS again, and we call it here post.title. Here we go. And so basically, if I'm going there now to this page, we should see our title of the post we want to edit. So let's give it a shot again. I have to log in. Here we go. Sign in, my posts. Then we go to edit. We're gonna go here and then we're gonna type in edit. All right, see edit, welcome to my post. Of course, we still need to have these values here, and we also need to change our button here, right? So we don't want to call it create, we want to call it something like, I don't know, save or update. All right, so let's go back to our code and fix this up real quick here. So the first thing we want to be doing is we want to fill in the values of our text fields. So the first one we want to add here is, I'm going to add a backslash here, because I noticed that it's not there. All right, and then we're gonna say value. We use AJS syntaxes again, and then we say post.title. And then we do the same, we copy paste this guy here. And then in between the text areas here, in the text area tags, I'm just gonna add post.content. Oops, yeah, content, here we go. Yeah, create, we're obviously gonna change this to update. Here we go. And then of course we still have this here. Our action is going to the add route, not to the update route. We don't even have an update route yet. So let's quickly add this. So basically we probably wanna call this update here. And then we need to make a similar post. So the update post is a router.post route, right? So we can say router.post. And this is going to be /update. It will have a function, callback function here, which will give our requests, right? And response objects. And then we have to say, so when we post this information, what is going to be different with that if you compare it to the add, right? If you look at the add one here, we just create a new post and we say save it to the database, and that's it. And we return to the posts page. This time we want to find an existing post in the database, update it, and then go to, for instance, the detail page of this post and show that it is updated, right? So let's do it like this. All right, so this means the first thing we gotta do is we gotta find a post. I'm gonna show you guys two ways to work now. As you saw before here in edit, we go to post.findById. We give here parameters and then we do a callback function, right? And our post is right in here in this callback function and it renders. So basically there's a second way to do asynchronous calls, and an asynchronous call is basically a call that you're gonna do on a different thread, and it's gonna, you could compare it to basically like it's gonna just go in the background, it's gonna make this call in the background, not in your application, but in the background it's gonna make this call, and then it's gonna get information from the server, and when it gets this information from your database, it's gonna say, I got the information, and the callback function will be fired, right? And that's why you have this here. There's a second way to do this, and this is more promoted right now with within Node.js, which is async await. So basically what you can do here is you can say, I want to make this an asynchronous function. And an asynchronous function is basically a function that is called asynchronously, where you can do asynchronous operations in. So, and then I'm gonna say make a constant here, for instance, which is gonna be post. And then I'm gonna say, give me await post.findById rec.body.postId. Okay. So basically we're gonna say, give me the post that is sent to me here. Give me this post. We can edit this post. That's how we're gonna use it. And then we say basically await, which means wait till this thing comes with the result, and then place the result here in this constant. And then the moment it came up with the result, we're gonna say post.title equals rec.body.title as we had it before, and then post.content equals request.body.content. And this is the first option to start working. And then what we normally would have been doing is something like we would save it, right? So we would say post.save, similar like to what we've done here, and then we create another callback function. But in the spirits of using asynchronous functions, I would like to show you a way, the other alternative for what we do here, which is basically an asynchronous post.save. Before we're gonna do this, I want to point out that we still need to add this information here, this body information, to our request, to our form in our view. Because right now we do have title, and we also have content, but we don't have post ID there, which is obviously something we should add. So I'm going to the edit post view, and here you're gonna see, we have title, but we have content. But when we send this information, we need to know which post is being edited. When we send this to our route here, our post route, we need to know which post is it that we need to update, right? So the way we can do this is we can add a hidden field, basically, with the ID inside. I have to mention, you should do the checks in your route, but we're gonna do this later on, that this person is allowed to make such edit post, because on the client, people can start tweaking stuff, right? They can start acting like they're somebody else and so on. And it's your task when this information is posted to your server that you verify that this is correct information and that this person can edit this information, right? So basically, for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a new input, and this is gonna be of type hidden, so we're not gonna see this. The ID is going to be post ID, and then the name is also going to be post ID, and then we're going to say the value is post._ID. Here we go. And that's it. So basically we add a hidden here, and this hidden, you cannot see it, but it's there, and it has a value of the post ID. And the thing is, we're going to send this with our form to update, And with this one, we can access this post that is being updated. That's it. So we get the post thanks to the asynchronous function, so async await. When this function is ready, it gives the result inside of this post. We're going to edit the title and the content with the things we changed here in our text area and our input. And then we have to say save. And as I said before we saved like this, like in this example, now we're going to save also using asynchronous await. So basically here we would save, when it's ready, it would get into our callback function. What we also could do is the alternative of this, and the alternative of this is working with a try catch. So first thing you can do is say, give me a try catch here with an error. Try catch is basically, if you guys don't know what it is, but I assume you guys know it, but if you don't know it, basically if you're gonna do a try, it's like trying some code, and if it doesn't work out, when it gets into error, catch this error and do this logic here. Here we did it differently. We would say, give me a callback function. If there's an error, log the error or do some other logic. We still will implement this. And if it worked out, redirect to this page. Right now, this is separated. So if there's an error, we can basically say console.log error happened. And for now, I'm just gonna make sure that it gives me a status of 500, like a server error basically. And it's gonna send this error to the client. But okay, this is what we're gonna put here. Later on, we can refine this. This is not the purpose. So then we can put in our try, we can basically put the rest of our stuff. So we can say let save post is await post.save. Here we go. So basically what we're doing now is we're using the same function here, but instead we're gonna say this post, we're gonna await this post. So we're gonna use async await here. And when this is ready with saving with the new values that we supplied here, then we're gonna get a result, right? So, and then all we have to do, I would like to log this result. So I'm gonna just say console.log save post, just so we can check it in the terminal. And then we can basically say res.redirect. And where could we redirect? I think the best option, if we go to our routes here, is to redirect to this one. So just to the detail page, okay? So we just say /posts/ and then we say plus rec.body.postid. And that's it. And now we have been using await and async. Many people like this syntaxis better because it looks more consecutive, like it looks cleaner. You know what I mean? You basically await for it, it gets in your value. Here you always have this numerous amount of functions, callback functions, inside functions, and you can get a lot of them in this perspective. While here it's more clean. I prefer this way as well, but it's a different concept. It's what you like. I don't think there's a right and wrong, but Node.js, according to their new guidelines, prefers this method. And this is also the method you're often going to find using, you know, stuff like Vue.js or Angular or React.js, right? So this has been done now. Let's take a look if it actually worked. So what do we have to do? We have to go to the edit page and try to edit our post. I'm hoping that it's going to work. So I'm going to log in real quick here. Then I'm going to my posts and we're going to click edit. We forgot something. As usual, we also have to wire-up the link of the edit page. So let's go ahead quickly and do this. So in this case, we have to go to our posts view. And then here we can probably just copy this href, paste it right in here. And then we can just say, give me an edit. That's it. And now we can check it out. So let's go to my posts. I'm going to refresh. I'm probably going to have to sign in because, okay, edit. Here we go. So now I can click and edit any post I desire. Very nice. So basically we have some information here. I check this one. I'm sorry. I check this one. Okay, that's very good. The only thing that's bothering me right now as I see it is that we have this space here. And I think I just accidentally made some spaces. Yeah. So basically you should make sure if you enter this text area that there's no space in here, right? So I will do the same. So there's no extra spaces because it counts the spaces as well. So I think if I'm gonna refresh now, it's gone. Okay, perfect. So this was the only thing that needed to happen. So, all right. So the only thing we should do now is test whether it works, our route. So I'm gonna say welcome to post 2. This is another test to the description. I click update. This is another test to the description. And if I check it here, this is another test to the description. So that works. And basically that's it for today. So what did we do today? We learned how to read posts. We learned how to edit them. So we can edit titles, for instance. This is my title. Update. Here we go. This is my title. And if I check it here, this is my title. So it works basically. We can edit the posts right now. I see this guy is flying over here. We're gonna check out why that is and how we can solve it in the next episode maybe. Next time we're gonna learn how to make sure that when we edit a post, only administrators have the rights to do this, or people who created the post basically. The second thing we would like to do is we would like to upload images, right? So image for the course, and we would also like to work on the profile here. So basically that we can access our profile. I also talked about the fact that we will implement a feed with posts where people will see the posts who are not logged into the website and who don't necessarily wrote them. This will probably be for the part after next time. So when we uploaded images and created a profile page. Thank you guys very much for watching. As I said before, I really enjoy the comments. I really enjoy the support, and I really hope that you guys can get a lot from this, that you guys learn from this. And keep on coding as much as you can, keep on learning as much as you can. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.